So many people are confused about the meaning of the word natural. I'm a physician and anaesthetist. I teach in Geneva. And there is one thing we have to be clear about if we're going to use the term natural in discussions about technology, about the ethics of medicine, about alternative medicines, where this word gets used a lot. There are actually 3 different meanings to it. And we get confused when we mix them up. So here they are. In the first meaning of natural, the opposite is supernatural. So basically, everything that obeys the laws of nature is natural under that definition, and only things like poltergeists, should you consider them to not obey the laws of nature, are not natural in that case. In that definition, absolutely everything that exists, that we can observe and measure, that we can experience is natural, because that's just another word for the way the universe works. Under that definition, some of you might even define poltergeists as natural. Under the second definition, the opposite of natural is artificial. In that definition, natural means everything that is untouched by humans, everything that happens without us. It will not have escaped your notice that in that second definition, there's a bunch of stuff that is natural and bad, like childhood cancer or tsunamis. And there's a bunch of stuff that is artificial, so not natural, and good, like heating in winter or clothing, antibiotics, vaccination too. Buildings, especially when it's raining. There are also things that are natural and good, like our body's ability to regenerate, and things that are artificial and bad, like global warming. So I'm not claiming that under that definition, everything artificial is good. I'm just claiming, this is the important part, that under that definition, whether something is natural or artificial doesn't yet tell us whether it's good or bad. That is the third definition, because in the third way we use the word, the opposite of natural is unnatural, against nature. And this is a moralized definition. Here the idea is that natural is everything that should not be touched by human hands. But problems arise when people mix up the second and the third definition, when discussions pretend that anything artificial is necessarily bad and that anything not artificial is necessarily good. Whereas in fact, that's the discussion we ought to be having. We need to think through which things are good or bad, whether they be artificial or natural in that sense. And the example in that comment is a fantastic one, because heroin is good or bad depending on the way it's used and the circumstances. And yes, it is natural in the sense that it is plant-based, but it is also artificial in the sense that it is extracted from the plant. And that does not yet tell us whether it's good or bad. And it will be either good or bad depending on how it's used and in which circumstances. Because although its medicinal uses are rare, they can exist. Yeah.